Today, we're joined by the incredible Matthew McNabb. You might recognize Matthew from his time on Love Island and Dancing with the Stars. But beyond reality TV, Matthew is a passionate advocate for fitness, mental health, and personal growth. He's now an entrepreneur, helping others improve their lives through his lifestyle and well-being app, LifeSet. We're excited to dive into this journey and to hear about what drives him to push himself and others out of their comfort zones. Speaking of kind of the public eye and Love Island, what's the biggest misconception people have about you after seeing you on Love Island?
I'm not very perceptive to people's opinions. I try not to do that because I think if you go into that, then you'll be like, you would shift your identity based on people's opinions, if you know what I mean. There's so many people who give so many opinions, but like at the end of the day, I don't care. So like, I'm a nice person. I'll try to help people. I'll try to do whatever I think's right in my head. And beyond that, I don't owe anybody anything. So it's literally just being a nice person and just focusing on that. I think that's kind of my mindset around it. I think if you had the opposite where you like took that, you'd be changing who you are every 2 days, you know, based on the next person's opinion. Like, you're the nicest guy, you're a horrible guy, you're like so exciting to be around, you're really boring to be around. Literally, you get all those opinions in a day. And it's like, that's the thing when you come off those sort of shows, it's like you could be like mind effed because of so many people's opinions. And so I think you have to be really grounded in who you are and what you're about. Just do what you feel is right.
It sounds like you have to be self-assured. Do they test for that prior to going in, or do they want the opposite? Do they want people who self-assured? I don't know.
They do tests. They do like a psychological test and stuff before you go in. And I have heard of people getting rejected based off that psychological test. So some like box ticking exercise. I actually think it exists. I don't know. Maybe they go for both. Maybe. I'm not sure.
What's one thing that people don't realize about being on Love Island?
That it's really boring.
Tell me more.
It's like, you're basically like, the thing with TV and stuff is that you're behind the scenes every day. It's really boring. Like, it's literally just you sitting about waiting, and it's like, all right, do this here. So like during like a Love Island, the typical Love Island day was like to wake you up with those blurring lights and like,
they seem like, I always wonder about that. They seem terrible because people do be wearing like sunglasses or stuff as well when they're
it's so uncomfortable. And so it's like they try to make you as uncomfortable as possible. So they wake you up with that. Then you go, and it's kind of like you'd have cereal or whatever, or then they'd be telling you to do these things, and like you would go like to meet juicers or whatever to like chat or whatever and have the crack or something. And then it's just like you're just sitting about waiting. Kind of most of the action is kind of from like 3 o'clock onwards, I think, if I can remember correctly. Like, so it's really, and then you're getting ready, and then it's nighttime. Like, most of the action, I say most of the action is like nighttime in Love Island. So that's when you're really on. But like most of the day is just you sitting around, just like, you know, very boring. I think people think the opposite of like Love Island and all. I think it's like, it must be so much fun being there. It looks like such a great holiday. It's actually just so boring. You can't do anything. You don't have your phone. You're just like lifting weights.
Yeah, I was just
the gym. So that's literally all we do. We just like lift weights and stuff. We actually, at one point, we were doing like an American football game with a lemon because they didn't have any things and they wouldn't let us. So we were kind of messing about with that. Like, but yeah. There's nothing really else like.
Yeah, I suppose when you think about it, it's an hour of content a night, however many hours. I don't know how much they leave you sleep, if they leave you get 8 hours or even less, but that's a lot of hours to get the 1 hour of content. So yeah, there must be a lot of downtime as well.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you handle the sudden fame after being on Love Island?
I think it was an experience. It was very weird because like you go in as yourself, like nobody really knew me, just my friends and family. Like 1,000 or 2,000 followers on Instagram. Then you come out and like a month and a half later and everybody knows you, and it's like this weird thing. Like, even I went to like Dermot Kennedy concert in Belsonic in Belfast, and I had to go across. I got like VIP tickets, and I was like, I had to go across the general admission. Holy God, at nighttime as well. I thought I'd be grand because I was in COVID as well. So I was like, after you get off Love Island, you have to stay at your house for like 10 days or whatever. I don't know what it was during that time, restrictions or something to do that. So I couldn't go out. So that was my first time out. And I was like, hey, Dermot Kennedy. And so I went out, and my brother and my sister-in-law and like my sister-in-law was there. And so I went across, and I swear to God, it was like pandemonium. I was like, I felt like Justin Bieber. I was like, I would hate to be like that. It's so bad. Like,
To be
you
fair,
get
Matt,
tortured.
you can't
What?
exactly hide either, right? Like
No,
yeah,
no,
can't
exactly.
assist.
6'6" doesn't really like can't really hide. But my sister in law got elbowed in the mouth by somebody
Wow.
trying to get a picture with me. Yeah, that's how bad it was. I was like, that is wild. There's a really cool side to it where you get to meet loads of people, come up and like you chat away to them and you're saying hi, and like it's nice to be like social like that. It's cool. There's also a really weird side to it where it's like I literally just sat in a house in Mallorca for 2 months and did nothing. Why am I getting like Justin Bieber treatment here?